We get the chassis involved. Now we're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get the chassis out and we'll start actually doing something. It's beautiful, guys. So I'm just gonna put the side skirts on. It's honestly just some nuts and screws, but we'll get to the good stuff. But man, it's come together now. All the boring stuff. Well, to me it wasn't boring, but to watch it was. People that showed up live, shout out to you guys. But yeah, let's get this going. I gotta stop nerding out and actually do something. All right, guys. So the wings are on. It just literally put the nuts in, flip it over, tighten them down. The tolerances on this is phenomenal. There's no gaps. It's a beautiful kit. I did put this brace in. It's for where the center dip's going. It's aluminum, so I did use red Loctite because you gotta think you're gonna have the center dip spinning, you have to brake and throttle. So that if that's hard to get off, it's a later shaft's problem, you know. So next, we're gonna mount up the center diff, which is literally just 4 screws. They're going into plastic, so no Loctite on those. And yeah, and then if you're doing it electric, same thing. You just put the center diff in. But yeah, we're going nitro because, you know, America. And then after that, steering servo. So yeah, I'll probably do both steps because it's literally 4 screws and putting a servo in the box. You guys can do that with your eyes closed. And if you can't, in the comments, ask me questions. I'll help you guys out. But it's pretty self-explanatory. It's 4 screws on both, and you're good to go. All right, guys. So I have the center diff in, mounted. Looks beautiful. Awesome kit. Steering servo is in. Now, honestly, it's just 4 screws. Gets mounted right there. It's just good to go. Next step will be the receiver, which I have. I'm doing, because you guys know I had the Fly Sky Noble, so I'm gonna put a Noble receiver in it. Yeah, so like we're cooking with gas now. Like she's looking good. She's getting there. And honestly, I was telling the people in the live, this might be the one RC that doesn't live in the shed. It'll probably live with me inside, and I'll probably eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with it, and just hang out with it, talk to it, you know. But all right, let me get this together, and I'll turn you guys back on and show you what's going on. All right, guys. So the receiver box is in. This is where the battery's gonna go. If you're running electric, you don't need this box back here. You would all go in here. But since we're running nitro, we need that box in there. Thanks to Mitchell's RC, hold on one sec. Hold on. Sorry, guys. This is really in there. I thought I was gonna have to modify the box, but then he mentioned like, hey, just turn it around, and I did because I'm running the Fly Sky Noble receiver, and that's what we're gonna do. And I'll probably put the antenna up this way, and I'm getting, because this does not come with a switch to turn it on and off, so I'm probably gonna get one of those press button ones that I'm just gonna mount on top. So it's gonna be perfect that way. And then yeah, she's all set up. So next step is the fuel tank. Oh, and if you guys see how these wires come from here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to try to zip tie these down. It literally comes with a cable holder that you would screw down, and it keeps your cables like neat. So yeah, we're gonna set up the fuel tank. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all set up. It's literally a couple pegs, a couple screws, and it mounts up. So yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Pretty soon we'll be up to engine and stuff. Boom, everybody. So the fuel tank is in. The only question I have is, in the fuel tank here, you see this little elbow? I have it right here, but it's not in there. And this has, I forget what it's called, forgive me, but you see that in there? So when it flips upside down, it can keep running. My question is, it shows this elbow in there, but that doesn't make sense. Why would I pull that out to put that in? So I'm gonna do some research on that. I'll watch the TLR team build video and see what they say, and I'll update you guys, but I think that's an option. We'll see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong multiple times, but we'll see what happens with that. But the next step is the servo saver. So I'm gonna get the parts out. I'll show you guys the parts, and I'll put it together and show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, everybody. So these are all the parts I'm gonna need to set up the servo saver. These are the steps here. I've never built one of these from scratch, but we're gonna give it hell and see what happens. So it looks like we have to grease some things. So we gotta Loctite the nut. So yeah, I'm gonna give it hell, see what happens. But this is pretty straightforward. I think I've done worse. So, but look at that, it looks so good. All right, everybody. So that's servo saver. It was super easy to put together. They want 2 to 2.5 mil of thread showing. I think I'm pretty close. I'm not too worried about it. Still has movement. It was super easy. Step by step. Just put it together just like how it shows. Nothing, not rocket science, you know. But next step is we're gonna mount. What is that? We're gonna mount where it's gonna go. We're gonna put the servo saver in. All right, guys. So the servo saver, putting it on was easy. Just a couple bearings on the bottom, bearings up, washers on the bottom, then bearings. The servo saver you built, then the washers up top. But I was having a hell of a time with this chassis brace in the front. I actually had to shave down some of the back of the chassis brace for it to fit because it was hitting the plastic part that holds the disc brake. Even the plastic one wasn't lining up. If I'd known that ahead of time, I would have trimmed some of that plastic down in the front, just shaved it. It was like 1 mil off, but everything's still free spinning. Brakes aren't engaged or nothing, so it all worked out. But yeah, that was the only issue so far with the kit I've had. So next step is the front drive shaft, and I believe we can put the front on. Yeah, we put a gasket in and we put the front on. Boom, front end's on, guys. Went on like a cinch. This little rubber cover, I just zip tied back here over the cup that comes out of the diff just because I want to have full coverage. Yeah, so far that's the front end, man. Like, looks good, beautiful. Screwed right in. There is a little gasket here that you put on. It has 3M on it. I cleaned that area with brake clean with a paper towel and then stuck it down just to make sure there's no oils and stuff, so I got a good seal. But yeah, it's looking good. So close, so close. Alright guys, so the next step was just put this brace in. Did that. It was only what, 5 screws. Next we're going to set up this linkage. Super easy, just some of these and good to go. And it's going to look like that. And then we're going to hook up the servo. I'm not going to, the servos aren't zeroed out or nothing, so I'm not going to go balls to the wall like the throttle and brake servo. I just have the arm sitting on it just because I need to zero everything out. So I'm going to build that. I'm going to do a couple steps and I'll come back and update you guys. Alright guys, so the front end is officially completely done. When you're putting these arms on, just there's these little spacers here. Just make sure you put the spacer touching this arm and then the spacer touching this arm up here. And if you do that, you're good, you're set. So we got steering. She's all good to go. Next step is to repeat what we did in the front, in the rear. Just gotta put the shaft in, the support. No, the support's on it. We just gotta put the shaft in, put it on, and we're golden. And next step is setting up the nitro engine. And I'm doing a live and my earbuds died, so that's why I look goofy with these headsets on. My bad. But yeah, so we're doing it. It's actually looking like an RC car. I'm so excited. All right, everybody, there it is. I just ended the live stream. It's pretty much all done. The only thing left is mounting the engine, centering the servos, and getting rims and tires, which I'm looking for. But all in all, it was really fun to build. It's not over yet, obviously. You guys are gonna see the engine and stuff. But if you can't tell, I'm tired. 7 hours. I finished it. But I was also live streaming, stopping, talking to people and stuff. But sorry if it was a little more clip-ish this time. Watching the first edit I was like, oh my god. So I tried to sum it up quicker because some of the stuff is super boring. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit me out. I'll help you however I can. I can always show you stuff. But yeah, like and subscribe. Guys, I'll see you next time.